What's up, guys? This is Chris from IndepthFX, here to bring you a beginner's tutorial on how to make a cool desktop background for your computer or somebody else's computer. And this is sort of the type of effect we're going to use here with these brushes, so I'm going to give the link to that pack in the description, and also give you the link to the carbon background I'm going to be using. So let's get started. You're going to want to open up Photoshop. And this is what we're gonna be making here. This will be your text, and you can use any font you like. I'll also be giving the font that I'm using into the description, just to help you guys out and hopefully make yours as cool as mine looks. Well, in my opinion. So what you're going to do is create a new document. I'm doing mine 1920 by 1200. I'm gonna call this desktop tut, and I'm going to use RGB color with 16-bit. And you're going to want to create your width and height, the screen res of your computer or the computer you're making it for, and you're going to want to hit OK. So we got our canvas laid out here. Hold on, I'm going to fit on screen. And I'm first going to go to my web browser, and this is the link right here to the carbon background, and I'm gonna copy image, and I'm gonna edit, paste it onto my desktop. Onto the canvas. Now, when you usually when you put something on, it's not gonna be the right size all the time. So you're gonna want to hit Control T, and mine turns out to be the right size, but you can always just move it out depending on what size you need. So again, I'm just gonna click out of that. And once we got our background on here, I'm gonna add a couple more things. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new layer down here in the layer panel. Come up to rectangular marquee tool and make sort of a stripe. You don't want to go too stripe happy and make a huge stripe, but it's not looking too bad. So once you made that, you're gonna right click and fill it to the color you want. I'm going to do a darkish gray. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to right click in the rectangle, hit deselect. You're going to want to sort of center this a little. Sort of eyeball it. There we go. And you're going to come over here to the layer the rectangle's on, double click on it, and you're going to go to inner shadow. I'm going to use a bit of inner shadow. Sort of just put it on there a little, not too fancy. After that, I'm going to come over here to the magic wand tool. Should be any one of these, but you're just going to hit magic wand tool. And you're going to want to click over the rectangle so it's all selected. It should have this dotted line around it. And then after that, I am going to create a new layer, again in the layer panel. Come over here to brushes, and this is the brush pack I'm going to be linking you to. Is this nice sort of paintbrush pack that I have from Q Brushes. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of lay some brushes on here. Really, it's just up to you what brushes you want to use or what brushes you don't want to use. And I'm just going to use one more, or two more maybe. One more. Just like that. After you put all the brushes on there, you're going to want to, again, click on your magic wand tool and click outside of the canvas. About there. And I'm going to lower the opacity on mine by make sure I'm staying on this layer with the brushes. And lower the opacity maybe to about 45. Okay, so now that I got this cool stripe here, I am now going to make another new layer, and this time it is going to be a text layer. So I'm going to sort of just take out my text tool here and click on the canvas somewhere. I will also be providing the link to the font I'm using, Edistis. I like the font, it goes well with IndepthFX YouTube name. And so we're just going to lay out the text on here. Center it a bit. And I'm now going to click on the IndepthFX layer, double click on it. It's going to open up the blending options screen, and I'm going to add a gradient overlay. I'm using gray to gray. It's really up to you if you want to put a gradient or not. Out there. Also going to add an inner shadow. Opacity a bit. Now I'm going to put a drop shadow on here. Okay. Now this text is looking pretty nice, but I think it's missing something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same process as doing this rectangle block here. Is I'm going to break out my magic wand tool. And you're going to want to click on your first letter and make sure you're holding shift. As you can see under the magic wand tool there's a little plus, which means I am oh, sorry about that. Shows that I'm holding shift. So I'm just gonna keep clicking on all the letters as I'm holding shift, and it's gonna select all my letters. Once you see the dotted line around all your letters, you're again gonna create a new layer, and you're gonna break out your brush. It's gonna be the same exact process as the rectangle box, and you're just gonna sort of go around with your brush and click in random spots with different brushes. And I think that looks good, so I'm going to create the magic wand tool and click outside of the canvas. Once you have your text here with your brush pack, that's pretty much it for the effects that I'm going to use. And if you want to add a logo, you can put it in the middle. This is just a basic design of what you can do with your desktop, and to me it looks pretty nice. So make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe for more tutorials from IndepthFX, and thanks guys.